It's 5 on your side at 4. Focused on you.
He served more than 3 decades in prison. Now, family and friends of Paige Spears are calling on Missouri leaders to get him released. Thanks for being here at 4. I'm Kay Quinn.
And I'm Brent Solomon. Paige Spears was convicted of armed robbery back in 1988. He was sentenced to life in prison. But his family says a loophole in state law is keeping him behind bars. 5 on your side's Holden Kerwicki spoke with Spears today from prison. He joins us live outside of the county courthouse in Clayton with his message. Holden.
Well, Brent and Kay, despite spending the last 36 years in prison, Paige Spears remains remarkably upbeat, thanks in part to a number of supporters who held a rally for his release outside of the St. Louis County Courthouse earlier today. He's completed nearly every educational program offered by the Missouri Department of Corrections and is even used as a model for other inmates of what rehabilitation in prison should look like. Spears was given a life sentence in 1988 for an armed robbery in which no shots were fired and no one was hurt. At the time, Missouri law required him to spend 40 years in prison before being eligible for parole. Though that law was repealed in 1994, it wasn't retroactive. St. Louis County prosecutor Wesley Bell has continued to state that Spears has paid his debt to society and should be released. However, multiple legal experts told me today the only person with that power may be Governor Mike Parson.
Governor Parson is entrusted with a lot of power. I think he sees the right thing when he's informed that. I know he's been informed of the right thing to do. We have a lot of confidence that he will, in fact, issue that. Governor Parson, please do the right thing.
As things stand now, Paige Spears isn't eligible for parole until 2029. Now, I did reach out to Governor Parson's office to question where the status of that pardon application is, and a spokesperson told me the governor still has that application, but is yet to review it. That application is now 2 years old. Reporting live in Clayton, Holden Kerwicki, 5 on your side.
All right, thank you, Holden. Now to a developing story in St. Francis County. Right now, deputies are searching for an armed and dangerous man. Michael Pender is wanted on an active felony warrant for several charges, including sodomy and arson. This morning, a deputy spotted him in Iron Mountain Lake and tried to arrest him. Pender fought the deputy and escaped on an ATV-type vehicle. He dragged the deputy and she was injured. The search for Pender is in the Iron Mountain Lake area that's southwest of Farmington. If you spot him, call 911 immediately. Right now, testimony continues in the trial of Daniel Riley.
He's the man who police say caused that February crash in downtown St. Louis that critically injured Tennessee teen Janae Edmondson last year. Riley is charged with armed criminal action, driving without a license, and several counts of assault. Today, several St. Louis police officers who responded to the crash took the stand. Officer Eric Moran testified that new data shows Riley floored his vehicle just seconds before the crash.
Vehicle 2 traveled westbound down St. Charles, violated the yield sign, entered the intersection of St. Charles and 11th at approximately 45 miles an hour, and was struck in the left rear side of the vehicle by vehicle 1, which caused the Audi to rotate counterclockwise, striking Janae Edmondson.
The defense grilled officers about how they didn't entertain that anyone else could have been at fault. Our Christine Byers is inside of the courtroom. Look for her reports tonight on 5 on your side at 5 and 6. You can also find updates on KSDK.com and on the 5 on your side app.
All right, halfway through the first full week of March, and it feels like spring is here to stay. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell is back from vacation with a look ahead to some much-needed rain, Scott.
We do have some much-needed rain on the way, and it's about 24 hours away from most of us, certainly in the metro area. Going west and southwest, it'll be moving in a little bit sooner tomorrow, but it's turned out to be a pretty nice day across much of the metro, especially on the Missouri side of the river. Illinois side of the river, we've been dealing with some of those clouds lingering, but bright skies here over St. Charles at this hour. Look at the satellite pictures. Well, our low clouds, they're mostly off to the east of St. Louis now, over towards Interstate 57, out along 70. We still have some of that cloud cover, but as you go to the west, skies have generally cleared out with just a few high clouds rotating in. Our weather system It's coming in from the west. It is going to really ramp up here over the next couple of days. So dry overnight into early Thursday. The rain will arrive later Thursday, around lunchtime perhaps, southwest and west of St. Louis towards the evening rush hour or before the evening rush hour on Thursday, and it will end by Saturday morning with many of us seeing 1 to 2 inches of rainfall. We will have weather alert days for your Thursday afternoon stretching into Friday. More on that and the weekend in a few minutes, Kay.
All right, we'll see you then. Thank you, Scott. Teachers in St. Louis public schools will soon get an historic pay bump. Hours ago, leaders signed a new contract for the largest educator pay increase in nearly 2 decades.
5 on your side's Mercedes McKay explains why district leaders believe this will have a direct and immediate impact on the city.
Do you guys know how to make a tea? It's a job that takes a special person, and usually they aren't doing it for the paycheck.
I don't know how much compensation really that's necessary for all the miracles that our educators and school teams do every single day.
But now those miracle workers in the St. Louis Public School District are receiving a much-deserved bump.
This increase underscores St. Louis Public Schools' commitment to fair compensation and retention of high-quality educators.
Thanks to a new contract agreed upon by the American Federation of Teachers and SLPS, raises will start on July 1st. All teachers will see a 7% raise, followed by an additional 5% raise in the 2 years after that, totaling 17%. Special education teachers will get a bigger bump with a 10% increase, totaling 22% over the 3-year term of this deal. Other employees represented by the teachers union will also see a 10% increase.
This is definitely the first step in what we're trying to do, to show, which we've always said as a board, that our teachers are important.
Everyone at Wednesday's press conference talked about how this will not only benefit teachers, but also benefit the students, families, and the city as a whole.
We have to make sure we're supporting our teachers. To support our teachers, we definitely know we will see the impact that it will have on our students and families.
It's an impact that both union and district leaders believe will be a model for others.
We are really, truly better together.
And one that's only getting started.
It's going to take all of us. We have to understand that education is the heart of any community. This is where it starts.
Mercedes McKay, 5 on your side.
And come spring, the district will hold family forums all across the city to hear what you feel the top issues are. School leaders will send out a survey prior to those forums.